Hello everybody and welcome back to another track guide. I haven't gotten around to making one of these in a while, but this week we're going to be doing something a bit special. We're going to be driving the Lotus 98T, as you can see on screen here, around Monza. So classic F1 car, classic F1 track, feels great to drive, it's a wonderful track. So we're going to be getting into a tutorial here now. We're going to be going corner by corner and then we'll see a lap at full racing speed. So before we begin, a few things you might want to know about the car. First off, being a Formula One car, it is very powerful, but it also has a very high level of grip. And it has very strong brakes as well. So you're actually going to be carrying a lot of speed through the straights, but you're going to be braking very, very late and carrying a lot of speed through the corners because this car, no matter what you throw at it, it can take it. It has a lot of grip, very strong brakes, still a lot of power to get you down the straights. So as we start the lap here, we'll be in 6th gear, the highest gear of this car. And you will be hard on the brakes right before the 100-meter board there on the left. So right about here. And something else about this car, as you downshift, it stays in neutral for quite some time. So not seamless at all. So you're going to be slowly activating that downshift paddle. But you'll be in 1st gear through turns 1 and 2. And you'll just take them very tight to the apex like this. You don't want to go super wide on the exit of either of those turns because you will either hit a curb, hit some gravel, and you lose all your lap time. So coming out of the first 2 corners, we're going through Curva Grande right now, and you'll want to take it from the left side of the track so that you can swoop into the inside. Then you're actually going to go back out to the outside. Now, the reason for this is because tires have a limited amount of grip, so they can either accelerate you or they can turn you. So you just want to keep the car as straight as you possibly can, which means that you're going to be going to the left here and then changing back to the right for the next chicane, because you want to get all that acceleration you can. More acceleration is more speed. But coming up onto this chicane, the 100-meter board right there is to my right. I brake right before it, and I will go down into 2nd gear. Something else you might want to know is that the tires, or perhaps the wheels I should say, are very outward. They're not right in with the car. So you can see the curb that I just passed there on the left. I barely missed it with my wheel. And same thing here on the right. You might not think that I'm about to hit it, but I most certainly just did. So something you need to watch out for. You can't go quite as close to the curbs as you might think because your wheels are pretty far out there. Going into the Lesmo corners right now, you can brake pretty late here. I don't really use braking guides as much as I just kind of feel this one out, but I think right before that little split there on the right is when I start to brake. You don't need to be hard on the brakes, just a quick stab of the brakes. Probably be going down from 4th gear down to 3rd, and just keeping it towards the inside here and letting it walk itself back out. 4th gear for the next corner, right before the 50-meter board, just a quick stab of the brakes, down to 3rd. Don't hit that curb on the right. This is a little bit banked and you want to use that banking. So around the back straight now, we're going to be going through the forest and under the bridge. As we come up here for this corner, I usually brake right before the 100-meter board, and I go down to 3rd. And you can really throw the car into that corner. These curbs are pretty low here. You can almost take this at full throttle. I don't. I usually lift off a little bit. It has a lot of grip, but not quite that much. So you'll be taking those in about 3rd or 4th half throttle. As we approach the final corner, Parabolica, it's a very wide corner, so you can really throw the car into this one as well. I brake right before that 50-meter board there, and I go down into 4th, just like that. So early entry here, and even though it's a wide corner, you want to go to the left about here. Just follow that groove. A lot earlier than you might expect, but it just helps you carry a lot of the speed. The car can take it. You can go full throttle there. It's no problem. So that is a lap of Monza. So not very difficult, but I think the car having a lot of power and a lot of grip, the best times are going to come to whoever can manage that the best. So Now that we've gone corner by corner, I will show a lap in full racing speed. Alright, starting our lap as we exit Parabolica, crossing the line now. So just flat out until we get to turns 1 and 2. And we will be braking right before that 100-meter board there on the left, down into first. Take the curbs, but don't go too far because there are bigger secondary curbs that will throw you off. Keep it to the left as we go into Curva Grande. And just swoop into the inside, but you'll let the car walk itself back out, get all that acceleration and speed as we go into the next chicane, right before the 100-meter board again, this time down into second. Once again, not getting too close to those secondary curves. Perfect, and a quick stab of the brakes as we go into the Lesmos. Third gear here. And there will be another quick stab right here. Perfect. Just using those exit curves without going too wide. Here we go, these corners are always fun. Right before the 100-meter board, down into third. Ride that flat curve on the left. Just half throttle through here until we get to the exit. Don't want to go all the way across the line with all 4 tires, but that was perfect, just straddled it. Into the final corner, Parabolica we go. Right before the 50-meter board, braking just down into fourth. And we're already back on the gas right here, over 100 miles an hour, 4th gear, just hanging onto the grip. That's perfect. And the timing line comes up nice and quick. So that's a lap of Monza. If you want to drive this car and track, come on down to Zero Latency, where we have our racing leagues on Wednesday nights during open hours, and I hope to see everyone in the next video.